trust me when you cross the line. Roll the dice, snake eyes, brushed aside, there goes your life. Shady G, I just arrived. You pray for the weak, so don't pray for me. Blood to ink in our history. The book is stained, but it's the key. The portal here and it's opening. Burning bright, angel wings. Before it dies, the angel sings. My third eye refocusing. This the day of reckoning. Smoke is rising up.
What is up, guys? Is anyone else as excited as me by the state of the market in general? I'm referring to the stock market. Now, I've been using stocks to invest for a work optional life. My aim is around 2030, and right now it seems like that day will never come. But the key word here is seems. I am down about $62,000. It was in this moment Georgie realized he fudged up. I'm just playing, guys. This is normal. It is part of the market. It is our job to tolerate it if we want massive returns in a work optional life. Now, let's continue with the video. Since I started investing at the start of this year, 2022. Now, if we think back to 2020, let's rewind for a second, okay? Let's add a little perspective, right? Global pandemic, the first of its kind in about 100 years since the Spanish flu or the Spanish influenza back in, the 1910s, I believe. So a little bit more than 100 years. All the big banks predicted that the markets will be impacted for at least a minimum of 2 years. And that time is basically now-ish. So when the COVID crash happened and stocks tanked, we all thought that this was going to last a while, and within about 3 months, we're back to breaking even. No one saw that coming, and that's why right now, when it comes to stocks, I know it seems like things can only get worse. The market can only go down. It would not make sense for the market to go up. Inflation around the world, we're having huge highs since at least 40 years ago, right? We're having Feds reacting to this and trying to slow down the growth of the economy, increase the value of the dollar. We're having all sorts of shenanigans coming from the crypto space and some agents trying to switch over to using crypto only instead of fiat currencies, and it's basically a new world order that we're living in right now. But every few years, I would say maybe every 8 to 10 years, we have this type of reset, and sometimes it's feelable and sometimes it's not. This one is definitely feelable. When we're looking at almost any type of investing category, whether it's real estate, sports cards, NFTs, crypto, stocks, the traditional ones, including index funds, mutual funds that track the market, ETFs that track the market, we are seeing a huge crash happening. Now, this crash was different than COVID, because in COVID era, it's still kind of COVID era, because all of this is a result of COVID. If COVID didn't happen, then we wouldn't be where we are now. So in my opinion, this is still a continuation of the COVID crash. There were videos that I made in the past where I mentioned, hey, even though we're up 100%, I don't think that the COVID crash is over, because the impacts of it could lay out themselves for at least another decade, maybe even 20 years. These things really ripple apart, somewhat like a presidential candidate, right? It's very hard to judge the impact of a president immediately. You have to wait at least 2 decades before you could be like, yes. Let's take a look at my portfolio and what is going on. I'm just going to look at stocks because, of course, I've got Pokemon cards. I've diversified into NFTs, as many of you have hated on me for doing so, but I do think a lot of money can be made in the NFT space. However, I am not sacrificing my traditional approach to wealth growth, and neither should you. That being said, let's take a look at what is going on with all of my positions. So I'm looking at around a total value of 224K. I believe at the start of January it was 260-ish $1,000. This took me about 7 years to amount to, and we're looking, let's see the losses. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm down hecka bad with Beyond Meat, Spotify, Weight Watchers, Coinbase, PayPal, SoFi, Alibaba, American Airlines, Intel. It goes on and on. A lot of losers. Where at the start of the year, I had maybe 3 losers. And this goes to the fact of just how fast your individual stock positions can flip on you. Originally, everything was in the green. Things were times 3, times 4, times 5. And did it make sense to take some profit? Probably. Do I regret not taking profit? I don't really think about it. I don't think about it because I chase where the next opportunity is, and it's still not too late to take some profit off the table. Now, for me, profit is relative not to how much money I put into the market. It is relative to how much money I could have put into the market and invested in an index fund which tracks the top 500 companies. That's the key for me. So say I invested, let's see if we could find an example here. Maybe I invested, where's Walmart at? I don't know where it's at. Okay, Coinbase. I invested into Coinbase. I can't see what my original amount was here, but I think it was around $1,000. You know, if I put that into the S&P 500, would I have more money or less money? I would have more money. So Coinbase did not play out as I thought it would. However, I did buy even more positions of Coinbase. If we scroll down and take a look at my Roth IRA, I am up 10% on my Coinbase position, and this indeed did beat the market. So I can sell this position and buy even more of that conservative index fund of the top 500 companies inside my Roth IRA. And because I bought these positions in my Roth IRA, well, guess what, folks? I don't have to pay any taxes on it. So that's a really cool strategy to just compare your returns to the market returns instead of how much money you put in. Another example would be putting in $10,000 into Apple. Apple falls to $9,000, but if you invested in the S&P 500, it would fall, let's say, to $8,000. Then you're up $1,000. Even though you're down $2,000. I hope that makes sense. We're not going to get into like tax loss harvesting and things like that because sometimes losers, especially in the NFT space, I keep going there. I promised them I wouldn't go there. Illuminati, I know they're not ready, but I will tell them, and you can't stop me. So drop a like if you want me to talk about NFTs some more in future videos. I do think there's a lot of opportunity there. NFTs have been a growing position for me, and I have been making a lot of flips and making some not really passive income, but more aggressively made income, but low response effort. So pretty easy to do. There is risk involved, of course, more risk than investing into a stock, although not always, but there are what I call for sure hitters, and always go for sure hitters. Odds are you won't even hit it, but it is always worth it when you do. I had a follower reach out, or a supporter. I don't like using the term follower. You guys don't follow me, you support me, right? By watching my videos and all that, and hopefully I support you back by providing a heck of value. That being said, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed because I noticed some of you aren't. So back to my Roth IRA, over here we see basically the whole thing is in red. Almost everything. We got Twitter up. Twitter was another mistake, right? Like as soon as Elon Musk did his thing, I should have sold that thing because how much higher can Twitter really go, right? Elon said he's paying $54. It was at 51. Okay, am I really going to be greedy over, what is that, 5%? I shouldn't have been greedy there. Twitter, of course, crashed, and now there's a whole lawsuit, so we'll see what happens with those. I'm kind of a sunk cost fallacy type of guy, you know. Once I buy it, I usually hold it for a long time. I made very few sales when it comes to stocks, but since you guys are this deep into the video, I will tell you that there are a couple stocks that I do want to sell or at least trim my position on. And it doesn't matter that they might be in the red. And those stocks include anything having to do with the finance sector. So with the finance sector, I would love to sell a little bit of my Charles Schwab position, a lot of bit of my Visa position, some PayPal. Hopefully I could write off some of those losses. I definitely can and cancel them out. And the reason being is I do believe that cryptocurrency will take over that sector, and I don't think these companies are ready to adapt so quickly. Ethereum is going to, in my opinion, just be the new standard of exchange in the future. So I am investing about $13, a little bit less than $13 every single day into Ethereum. It's been, I think, at least 2 months of that, and before that I was averaging in. My average in was kind of sloppy. I remember buying when it was at $3,000 and then at $2K, but I definitely, a majority of my purchases were made when it was below 1.5, and we have the merge that happened, and Ethereum, of course, tanked. And when I say of course, I mean that ironically, right? The merge is here and it's gone. But the probability of it going up or down significantly increases around that time of news, right? So it was a classic case of buy the rumor, sell the news. When it actually happens, people sell because, well, what there is left to look forward to. I don't think that way though. I think of Ethereum as a almost like a company, right? They're generating a profit. There's a whole ecosystem working around Ethereum, and I think it is here to stay for the long run. I kind of look at it as the new Apple when it comes to renovating the whole ecosystem of how humans interact with one another. So I would love to increase my Ethereum position even more than what it is now, and quite frankly, it is not high enough. I have about maybe $4,000 due to growth and consistent investment in Ethereum. So that is about 2%, maybe less than 2% if you consider my savings, my checking, and my NFT positions, and my other crypto holdings, as well as my index funds and Roth. Ethereum is probably 1.6% of my entire portfolio, and I do have Ethereum locked on Celsius. So if they let that out, let my crypto go. Shout out to Moses. If they let that out, I'm definitely going to be a happy camper. I have 1 ETH, which to me is a lot of money. 1 ETH right now, that's about $1,400 to $1,500. I believe in the future it can be something as high as 4,000. Just as easily as it was 5,000 a few months ago, 4.9K, 4.8K. I think we could see that again. When? I don't know. I'm hoping by 2030 because that's my target. So hopefully me kind of assessing my own portfolio here helps you guys feel a little bit better about the crash that's going on right now. Hopefully it motivates you to not stop, not wait for the next bull run, and keep on investing and doing this as frequently as possible, because honestly, it's when everyone doesn't want to invest when your dollar will go the furthest. You guys are buying these stocks for way cheaper. Some of them, like Beyond Meat, for 1/20th of what I paid. I'm sorry, not 1/20, 1/5 of what I paid, and that's I'm not saying go buy Beyond Meat, but I am saying if I was starting right now, I would be pretty excited about these prices. I would not be pessimistic. I would be wow. And by the way, I did go ahead and double down on Beyond Meat. You could see, I think 4 extra shares in my Roth IRA. They are currently down 25%, and I am okay with that. Not everyone is okay with such volatility, and I use that word wrong because a lot of people use that word wrong. Volatility means it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, all right? With drastic amounts, volatility can be low. But you know what else is low? Limbo. And how low can you go, right? So sometimes going low is a good thing. But anyways, I digress. What I'm trying to tell you guys is it's okay when your stocks drop. Volatility is not a bad thing. Volatility is something to look forward to take advantage of, because if stocks are going like this in a short amount of time, well then, if you're trading, right, especially in a Roth IRA where you pay no taxes, well then, hey, let's go. And if you want to go check out some of my other videos, feel free to. I will see you guys next time in the next video.